How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I did a sit down and talk video. I've been doing a lot of music lately, but I thought it was worth doing this video because I've just recently surpassed 1 million views across the board on YouTube. So here's what my thoughts are on that, because 1 million views seems like a lot. So in the past on YouTube, I have done some videos that I thought would be useful for people. Well, any video I do I think would be useful for people, but I've done some videos that I thought would be attractive for people to click on, and sometimes they were, sometimes they weren't, but a lot of the time they were topics that I could offer an insight on that I knew people were looking for information for, so those videos worked out. I've got a handful of videos that are either approaching or past 100,000 views, and most of them don't do nearly that well, especially as time goes on and the YouTube market continues to become more and more saturated. But basically, I've done a lot of talk subject videos, whether it's guitar reviews or gear reviews or just opinions on different finishes or different features on instruments, or how-to videos, how to restring a Floyd Rose or do this and that. And it's been interesting to see what types of videos people really do gravitate towards, even though to me they were all sort of the idea that people would find it helpful, but some were more helpful than others, I suppose. And at one point in time I was hoping that I could actually earn money on YouTube, and back at that time when I started the channel there was a greater likelihood of doing that, and as time goes on it's more and more saturated and the chance of that becomes less and less. And that's not to say that I can't still do videos that will get thousands of views, but thousands of views on a video are really not worth hardly anything. I mean, I could barely probably pay for the guitar strings that I use just for my own playing based on YouTube views. So as time has gone on, I've kind of taken the approach of, I'll do a video here and there that I actually want to do that might be useful, and I'm trying not to do ones that I'm not into, because then I don't want to get burnt out by it. And then recently, in the last really in the past year, but in that amount of time I've had some things going on privately and personally that have been taking a lot more energy, plus work. I mean, I do have a full-time job aside from anything else. That's my primary focus for all of my time. So I've had less time to really devote to just making videos that I think people would watch one after another. So I'm just doing ones that I want to do, and hopefully people will think that they're interesting to watch. So that's kind of what I've been doing recently, and in the meantime, the videos that people have found interesting have continued to get views. That's why I've managed to get to 1 million views at this point, which I still am trying to get my head around. I think it's very interesting. And I'd like to explain kind of how I look at that, because it is, now that I've just sort of done away with the idea of ever making money on YouTube, I kind of look at the informative videos that I do as really wanting to give information to people, and however many views that I get on that video, that's kind of like the class size in my opinion. So it's like, if I'm going to be teaching a class about a particular subject, type of bridge or strings or something, okay, so today's class is this type of string or this type of bridge, and so that's what I do. Basically the video for is for people to watch it because they find it helpful. And if I could even get 100 views on that, then that would be a pretty good class size. If I was standing in front of 100 people and teaching them that, granted I'm not getting paid for it, but it's very useful obviously. And if the class size is 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, then that's way more useful. I mean, imagine giving a class in front of 3,000 people about a certain type of a bridge on a guitar. I mean, people obviously want to learn about that, and so that's why I'm explaining it to people because it's things that I have learned that I thought were helpful that other people are obviously finding helpful. So when it comes to the informative videos, I always look at it as like that's the class size. So if I sat down at one point in time and I just gave this information, then 200 people watch it, that's great. 20,000 people watch it, that's great. 100,000 people watch it, that's great. And it's crazy to think that there could be a crowd of 100,000 people who want to see like how to restring a Floyd Rose. It's just, obviously it's useful, and I'm glad that it could be of some use for me to have ever, brought those points forward and showed that to the world. And there's a ton of resources and a ton of different channels and different people who are presenting probably similar information, although I try not to overlap anything. I always want to give my own perspective if, whenever possible. If I wanted to do a subject, but I've already seen somebody cover it, I would probably just refer people to that video. I don't want to be like redundant in the world. I want to do something useful. So obviously I am an extreme hobbyist in the sense that my personality is such that if I have any sort of hobby, I want to be at least a pseudo expert in it. So, guitar is my longest standing hobby that I've been involved with continually for years and years and years. I mean, since I was probably 11 years old. So I want to pass that knowledge along, and so I'm grateful that people who have watched it have found it helpful, and I'm appreciative of all the comments that I've gotten over the years in addition to the views, and a lot of things that, even if it's something that I missed in a video, that people will write a comment and point it out, and a lot of the time I think that's very helpful because I realize either if I'm editing or after the fact that I missed a detail, great. I love the engagement. I think that it's good for people to, engage with the videos and respond and foster a sense of community with those informative type of videos, just as if we were in a class and somebody asks a question or somebody contributes something, I will validate it if I ever have the opportunity to, and that's that. And then the other part of this message that I want to convey is as far as the music goes. So when I started this channel originally, part of my idea was I'm going to do informative videos that get a ton of views, and then I'm going to get a huge following, and then when I release my own music, it'll get a ton of views because people will respect my opinion and they'll already be subscribed. And that's kind of the case, although, a long time ago I kind of stopped doing the whole trying to just put out videos that get a lot of views thing, because I want to do videos that I'm interested in, which I already said. So as long as I'm doing videos that I'm interested in, and those continue to get people who will watch and comment that think it's helpful, then the numbers are not that important to me. Although, 1 million views is still fascinating to me, but I did a video that was an update a long time ago when I had 100,000 views, probably maybe 5 years ago, and I thought that was really profound because at that point the seeds were just planted for my channel and I didn't have that many views, obviously. So in the last 5 years I've gotten another 900,000 views, which is quite a lot, and I'm hoping that people find the informative stuff helpful, but then the other part of that is the music itself. So as far as the music goes, initially I might have wanted to do videos to gain popularity and then post my music, and that's still kind of the ethos that I have, although like I said, I'm doing ones that I'm personally interested in and then post my music. So I'm not really chasing views for the last couple of years, but they've still been accumulating. And the music is, as important as ever to me, and I've been continually, updating and upgrading my equipment so that I can continue to make really good music. And I think that the last 4 or 5 songs that I've released on here, in the past few months have been some of my best sounding songs that I've ever done. So if you haven't heard those, just go to my channel, look at videos, or go to the original music playlist and look at the most recent ones. The last 4 or 5 videos that I've posted have just been songs that I've been, needing to get off my chest. And so with a lot of those things, you can't really wait until you've built up, 100,000 subscribers or something like that, which is, I really don't, when I watch YouTube these days, I don't necessarily subscribe to a channel, so I understand when people don't. I always like to ask people to subscribe because there's more of a likelihood that they'll be fed more videos that I do, but realistically, any given person is subscribed to so many channels these days that it would be silly if I thought I was the best channel out there, that they need to be notified of every single video out of every channel that they're subscribed to, which could be hundreds at this point. So as long as people are watching and they're finding the content helpful and then they're finding the songs helpful, that's the other part of it. When I release a song, I typically release the audio on YouTube so that anybody can hear it, and then I release a download link for Bandcamp, so if somebody wanted to pay for a download, they could also do that. And I don't really care, how many people do download it, because I'm just putting it on YouTube. I wouldn't be opposed eventually to putting songs on streaming if I just decided to figure that out at some point, just because the point to me of releasing the music is similar but parallel to releasing the helpful videos, how I look at it now, where I'm not really chasing views, but I'm trying to put something out there that's helpful. So in the same way that I'm trying to put something out there that helps people learn about a feature of a guitar, I also want to put my music out there because it can be helpful for some people to listen to. And the best comments that I've ever gotten, or the best messages that I've ever gotten, have been from people who listened to a song and then they told me that it was actually helping them through a difficult time in life or something like that. And I'm not trying to solicit comments by saying that, because if I'm consuming a song, I'm not going to sit there and write a comment and say, wow, this is the greatest song I've ever heard. But if it is, or if it is touching in some way, shape, or form, or if it's helpful, then the view is enough. I don't necessarily need to hear all the comments of people who have been helped by it, but comments and likes give some indication of that. But in comparison to a class size thing that I was talking about, if I release a song and 100 people watch the video, then that's like if I perform that song in front of a crowd of 100 people, and if 10 people were so moved by it that they liked the video, then that's like 10 people who were like giving a standing ovation, who that song actually helped them out. So part of it is I need to do a song because it gets something processed for me and it gets it off my chest. And so I'm going to do those probably regardless. Even if I got 5 views, I would still be releasing songs. But it's great that even if 100 people listen to a song and 10 of them are like really touched and they feel compelled to leave a like or leave a comment or something like that, that it has potentially helped them. So those are the two sides to the coin of releasing music. Is I have to do it, I have to play anyway all the time. Every time I practice, I'm doing it for myself to release something. But when I actually put the effort in to record and do a rhythm track and do the bass and do everything that I need to do to record a song to post on here, when people actually watch it and listen to it and like it and leave comments and stuff like that, it proves that it's useful. And so it's not just helping me, which I would have to do it anyway at home if I wasn't even recording it, but it's helping somebody else. So I want to basically say thank you to my entire audience for engaging with the songs that I release, and even engaging with the informative videos. And even if they don't subscribe, if they just clicked on one because they need to see how this works, then click on that and watch it, and that's it, and they never watch another one, I'm thankful for that also. And basically just grateful that people have found my content to be useful, found my informative videos to be useful, and the songs to be useful and enjoyable. And the fact that it has now reached 1 million people, I can barely even get my head around that, because I don't think I've been around a million people ever to even picture what that would look like. So that's a good thing about having a channel, even though, you know, I don't really make any money from it or anything like that. Just the fact of contributing to the guitar community, the music community. You know, I'm thinking about doing different types of videos going forward, things that I appreciate more and things that I can give my opinion on more. And of course, continuing to do original music, because obviously I'm in the mood to do that. It's been all I've released for the past couple months. And, you know, if you haven't listened to those, I would ask you to go listen to those last number of songs that I've done, because I like all of them. They're all very different in subject matter and theme and composition and genre, but you know, I encourage everybody to listen to all those on the off chance that it might be helpful. And, you know, check out the informative videos too, but those are pretty self-explanatory. It's the songs that I've been enjoying doing recently that I think, you know, a handful of people have been enjoying listening to. So to me, that means a lot. And basically just want to say thank you to anybody who has watched this channel, subscribed, liked a video, left a comment, or just watched a video. It's weird to get my head around a million views, but here we are. I'm glad that my videos have been helpful and my songs have been helpful to those who have watched, and I just wanted to say thank you and cheers to a million views, and cheers to a million more. This video has been kind of rambling, so sorry about that, but you know, if you like this video, if you've been a follower of this channel, leave it a like, leave a comment, tell me what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. I mean, any sort of feedback. I can't guarantee that I'll follow it, but I'd be interested to hear, because I'm always interested to hear feedback. Even comments that seem like they're negative, you know, it's a comment, so it means somebody watched it and they were moved enough to write a comment, and that's that. So I appreciate the feedback as always. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and subscribe, turn on notifications, go back and listen to the songs that I've just released, even if you've already heard them. You know, maybe listen to them in the mood that you're in now, see if you appreciate it more, because I'm definitely in a songwriting mood, and I'm gonna probably do some more in the near future. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed them, that you will enjoy them, and cheers to a million views, and I will see you guys next time.